right, we now start with news from the United States, where President Donald Trump has said that the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell will be gone soon. Trump also stated that Powell was either incompetent or crooked. Trump has also said that JP Morgan Chase chief executive Jamie Dimon was wrong to criticize his attacks on the Federal Reserve, dismissing concerns about undermining the central bank's independence. Trump has clashed repeatedly with Powell over the president's demand the Fed cuts rates. The administration's decision to open a criminal investigation into Powell has drawn condemnation from former Fed chiefs and a chorus of criticism from key members of Trump's Republican Party. Let's in fact listen into what Trump said.
We're talking about the head of the Fed, and I want somebody that when the market is doing great, interest rates can go down because our country becomes stronger. See, you view it differently. Our country becomes stronger, and therefore interest rates should go down, not up. They kill every rally. And just last week, the average 30-year mortgage dropped below 6% for the first time in many years. It's coming down very rapidly, and that's not with the help of the Fed. If I had the help of the Fed, it would be easier. But that jerk will be gone soon.
Yeah, I think it's fine what I'm doing. We have a bad Fed person. He was extended by Biden. And, yeah, I think he's wrong. I think it's wrong. He's done a bad job. We should have lower rates. Jamie Dimon probably wants higher rates. Maybe he makes more money.
Joining me in this discussion is Sharath Kohli, who's a senior economist from New Delhi. Thanks very much, Mr. Kohli, for joining me in this discussion. What do you think it's really about? The overhaul of the Washington headquarters of the Fed building, or is it really about the pressure to lower interest rates that Trump wants?
Hello, Kriti. Hello to the viewers of NewsX World. I think this is about undermining the independence and importance of Fed. In any standard federal structure, the federal bank has an independent role. A government in power should not be interfering in the monetary policy decisions of the country. But what we are witnessing here is that there is a categorical interference. It is all about why didn't Jerome Powell lower the rates? And the reason why he didn't lower the rates at that time was because the inflation was very high. So when the inflation is high, you can't lower the rates at that time. So the rates have gone down, but they have gone down as per the requirements of the economy. But President Trump wanted them to go down sooner because he wanted the economy to be painted in a better picture. I think so. He's not happy with Jerome Powell, and he's called him stupid earlier also, I remember on an earlier occasion. And now he wants him to go. Well, I think Jerome Powell's decision, in my view, I'm an economist as well. I think his decisions were quite in line with the way the economy was functioning at that point of time, even as of today. But he wants him to get investigated and see as to what is wrong with him. He says he's probably spent something on renovation of the Fed as well. Well, that's up to them to investigate. But there was nothing wrong, I feel, with Jerome Powell's decision. They were done as per the requirements of the economy, Kriti.
And what about the allegations of the $2 billion overhaul of the Fed headquarters?
Well, that is a subject matter of investigation, but I feel President Trump has got some vendetta to settle with Jerome Powell. And Jerome Powell is a very senior, Fed governor. And I really don't think, man with such an experience at that age would have done it. But it's all a matter of investigation. But it's more coming out of vendetta than this thing. It is, although the investigation would prove that, but then I think because he didn't act the way President Trump wanted him to be. But it is not a standard practice, with him, more importantly, for a president to interfere or head of the state to interfere with the functioning of a monetary policy institution, because it leads to distorted decisions, and monetary policy institutions are separate from the federal structure. That needs to be understood here, Kriti.
All right, sure. How do you weigh on the accusations that Powell has made on Trump? He's saying that it's not really about anything else, but really the interest rates that were not lowered as per Trump's requirements.
No, because see, there is certain degree of personal, vendetta there. They have scores to settle against each other because President Trump, ever since he came to power, was putting pressure on reducing of the interest rates. And Jerome Powell and the Fed governor and the Fed, the FOMC, which takes the decision, the committee, I think they took as per the situation of the economy. So I think it's not about allegations and counter allegations. It is what the economy demanded at that point of time. Well, this is up to Jerome Powell to prove what he's saying is correct, and it is up to President Trump to prove what is correct or not. But principally speaking, decisions are taken on the basis of inflation. The rate of inflation decides how much interest rate should be cut. And I think in US, the inflation is, even as we talk now, the inflation is quite high. Pretty.
Mr. Kohli, now Trump's threat to fire a Fed chair is unprecedented, of course. Do you think it can backfire?
Yes, it can backfire because each state also has a Fed representative, and he can face opposition from the Republicans as well. He will obviously have opposition from the Democrats, but some of the Republicans may go against this decision because Jerome Powell is a very senior and a very respected banker. So I really don't think this is going to work very well, putting pressure on a monetary policy institution in this manner. Yes, it can backfire, to answer your question precisely, Kriti.
All right. Thanks very much then, Mr. Kohli, for joining me in this discussion, but I request you to stay on with me. Moving ahead, viewers, China says that it